the hidden gem in the game, man. This car is serious business. This is a beast. What is up, everybody? Today I am reviewing the CL55 AMG. This is an extremely special car to me because this is my former car. I own this car right here for about 2 years. I sold it to my good friend Johnny. He still currently has this car. I borrowed it from him to make this review for you guys because I regretted not making a video about this car during my ownership. This is one of the coolest cars you could buy for a decently low amount of money. I bought this car for $5 grand, but with a lot of issues. It was a basket case, man. This car I would only recommend to somebody that's okay with wrenching on things, that you have a little bit of tools. If you have no knowledge about mechanics and you own this car, you're just gonna get ripped off by everybody at every single shop, as I have. I have a lot of horror stories. This car will take a lot of cars on the streets, a lot of newer cars. It's not even a toy. This used to cost 120 grand brand new, you know, so it means business. It's got the 8-piston brakes in the front, 4-piston in the back. Same brakes you get on Ferraris, Lamborghinis, McLarens. Serious stopping power. You get a very advanced, like $10,000 ABC hydraulic suspension system to keep this car. Basically, it's called active body control because that whole system is designed for the car to never have any body roll whatsoever. It has level sensors, it's got coolers, it's very complex. The Airmatic one is a lot simpler and a lot easier to repair, but all the AMGs come with the ABC system. If you've never driven an ABC car, I highly recommend you do, and one that actually works well. You'll enjoy it. It's such a smooth ride. You will not feel any imperfections in the road whatsoever. There's no B-pillar in this car. It's just beyond gorgeous. The design of this car, they couldn't have came up with anything better. This is, in my opinion, just a timeless classic. I mean, look at this car. This car looks like a fucking beast. Up until this current day right now, this CL55 is still my most favorite car I have ever owned. It's just a very special vehicle all in all. It's amazing to live with on a daily basis. The seats are about as comfortable as a seat in a car gets. It's more comfortable than sitting in your living room couch, to be honest. Give this video a like. This one's also just like the E55. It's got a 200-mile-an-hour speedometer. Nice V8 compressor there. Everything is beautifully hand-stitched. Interior, they really snapped on. It feels a lot more special than the W220. Tow truck drivers always fuck up these bumpers. I have the same damage on my W220. Basically, when these cars are broken, they air out, they get sold, transacted. With bad suspension, they get towed from a shop to a shop. And then what you have is when they always hook up the straps, they fuck up the bottom of these bumpers. You could always get a lip, cover it up. Just this doesn't have one. My S500 over there has the same exact issue. Under the skeleton, these two are basically the same car. The CL, I feel like, is just a more special, more refined version. I've driven both, I've owned both, and I can tell you, just the interior feels special. I think it's just less doors and just, it's a classic design on the CL, man. They really outdid themselves. See, like, they share same mirrors, same sunroofs. A lot of it is similar, but yet different. The tail lights are not interchangeable. They kind of look like pizza slices. That's the interior you get here. This is the interior you get here. These seats are a bit different. Door panels are different. I'll show you another cool thing. When you power up this command screen, in the command screen you click service and you click system, and you can see actually a picture in here of the S-Class next to the CL. Really dope. Yeah, the CLs do not come with the star on the hood like the S-Class. Doesn't really look like a car from 2005. It looks ahead of its time, 100%. So the bumpers share some of the characteristics because this W220 has the actual AMG package. Put these Giovanna wheels on here, 20-inch. These really, man, they really update the whole look of this whole car. Taking it from a 2005, I would say, to like a 2012 at least. While this car has a few lights on the dash, so not much to worry about. It's only got 121,000 miles. These motors very well last until, there's some E55s I've seen with 500,000 miles on them on the original engine and transmission. This is a 200 mile an hour speedometer, so that tells you this car's a little serious. These come with ABC hydraulic suspensions, a 3,000 PSI, very complex system. It's usually what totals these cars out. Keyless button, you got manual shift mode, you got comfort mode and sport mode. In sport mode, it always starts, it's an automatic shifting, but it starts off always in first gear. Comfort always starts off in second gear. And then manual mode, it doesn't actually change the gear for you, so it's just gonna bounce off the limiter until you shift it yourself. Beautiful interior. These seats are made by chiropractors. These seats are beyond comfy and amazing. And this is called AMG Java, this color right here. These seats are, and these seats look way more special too than the like the S55 seats, for example. I'll put a picture. Just everything about this car screams special. Everything has nice chrome trim around it, like legit chrome trim. This is all metal. Everything very nicely trimmed on this baby. Everything about this car just screams quality. I mean, this was just top of the line for 2005 and 2003 this came out in. These cars, they made them I think in 99 even, but they had no superchargers. Supercharger ones came out in 03. As you can see, like the whole dash is stitched. Like on the 220, you only get the stitch dash if you get like the S65 or I believe the S600. Here in the 55 model, you get this beautiful stitching. I mean, for 120K, you know, they had to give you something. The interior is a little bit different, but it has a lot of the same kind of characteristics as the W220. Beautiful wood. Everything is just more refined, I feel like, in this car over the 220. 220 feels like more generic for some reason. I personally prefer the CL over the S, and I had both. I had a bunch of S55s. I've had a couple CLs. I had a CL500 before. Yeah, so this basically shares a lot of the same electronics. A lot of that is interchangeable between these two cars, and it's actually a lot easier to find the W220 parts to put into these. So everything is just stitched nicely. The V8 compressor and the cluster. All these S55s and CL55s came with keyless go. These all pretty much came fully optioned. So you can start this car with just push of a button on that shifter. You just have to have the key nearby the car. And another cool feature is that you could actually lock this car. I have a video of it working with a push of this button. This one's actually not broken, but these typically fall out like on the other side. You push that button and it locks all the doors for you. You could set these mirrors to fold just like they do on this car. A lot of this is the same components. All these AMGs pretty much came fully loaded, so they all have cooled seats, heated and cooled. As you can see, they have all these little spots for the ventilation. And those work real good. They keep your back from sweating. Folding mirrors, memory seats, heated seats. These have hydraulic operated trunks. Basically, ABC cars have hydraulic operated trunks. Aromatic cars have air operated trunks. These you could actually open and close in these cars. That's the cool thing. In these W220s, you could only open the trunk. And like even the rear headrests in this car, they're you could actually put them up and down, as opposed to this car where you have to put them up manually and then you have to bring them down. You can only bring them down with the push of the button. You can't bring them up yourself on the W220. Obviously that's deleted. Screen. All the same shit you get in the S-Class. Just in a nicer package, I feel like. Actually put the windows in the back down in the back over here with these controls right here. You could even control the rear headrests with the rear button in here. So just like the S-Class, this car's got some cool features of convenience. You see, since this is a pillarless coupe, these windows always drop down a little bit. And it's also got soft closed doors. So it sucks that right in for you. It's got the same PSC system that this car has. Let's get a cold start for you guys. Let's do a cold start on this thing, and let me show you what this thing sounds like. Put a 2.5-inch X pipe. I'll put up a picture. It's got a secondary cat and the resonators are deleted. So it's got an X pipe instead of the secondary cat, and then just a resonator just with a straight pipe. It's still got the mufflers, it's still got the primary cat. So check this out. That sounds so good. It's got that nice little burble to it. Sounds gorgeous. Nice quad tip exhaust. And then once it warms up, it gets a little quiet. Basically, when you do what I just described, the X-pipe, secondary cat delete, and resonator delete, you don't make the car loud, you just have it, you give it a nice tone, basically. Uniquely different about the CL is those door hinges, man. They open the door for you a lot, but the door itself doesn't open as much. Here, check it out on the W220, you got these different styles. These are way more simple. These were not engineered specifically for the chassis. But look at how far this door opens. And then look at this door right here. This door is fully open. That's nearly not as much. It doesn't stick out as much as the other one. And you got these two different settings. When you first open it, it pulls out a little bit in front of you. So you could, you have some room to escape there. And if you wanted to open it fully, very, very cool door hinge system that was specifically designed for the C215 chassis. Very cool. This is what an M113K on a CL55 sounds like. Hand-built engine. Hella of a machine, man. Same engine right here as this E55 AMG. Okay guys, I'm going to show you what this thing sounds like. You guys are going to love it. That is one fine V8 compressor, baby. handcrafted 5.4 liter V8 engine, making around 500 horsepower. This car does have split cooling, so the cooling from the engine is split from the actual supercharger cooling, so you could have lower intake air temperatures. A very smart mod if you want your car to stop heat soaking. It's got the 010 updated part number cooling pump for the supercharger to push the fluid around. It's got a bigger front mount intercooler. This came when I bought this car a long time ago. Previous owner did that. I actually put coilovers on this car, and if I were to do it again, I would not do that. I would just repair all the hoses on the ABC system. That's what makes this car special. This car uses no sway bars because it uses electronic sensors and computers to tell you to compensate basically for the sway bars. And if you're doing coils, you have to install the control arms from this Airmatic S500 right here, because those have an attachment for a sway bar, because the Airmatic cars come with sway bars and these ABC cars do not. Very special engine, makes around 500 horsepower, 500 foot-pounds of torque. It's a powerhouse of an engine in a beautiful chassis. When you do the ABC conversion, you guys also have to take a Airmatic power steering pump, because it's just a single power steering only pump, and you have to replace it over here as well, because these come with what's called a tandem pump, and it does two different things. It keeps your suspension up and it gives you power steering options. But you're going to replace that with a power steering only like this car has pump. Okay guys, we will now be taking the CL55 for a spin. This is the fun part. I hope you guys enjoy, because this car puts a smile on your face every single time. This is like a more comfortable E55 with a little bit more maintenance things. This car basically has a lot more features than an E55, therefore it comes with a little bit of extra headaches. But if you're willing to deal with them, you're gonna have one hell of a machine. This is quite an amazing and performance bargain. These cars, you can pick them up. I picked this one up for $5,000, but I had to put about 5 in it. So you're probably gonna spend at least 10 grand for like a running, driving, decent example. For like a nice one, like low mileage with serviced ABC, you gotta spend at least 20 grand to get something decent. But it's hella worth it. You're getting a badass car. Let's go take the CL55 for a spin. Okay guys, welcome to the cabin of the C215 2005 CL55. This is one of my favorite cars ever made. Very special and unique car. This thing was 120 grand brand new. Now you can get these for bargains, for stupid cheap. There's a reason why though. I let this car warm up. I've owned this car for 2 years before, and it was an interesting experience. There's a lot of different things I learned about cars throughout the ownership of this. But would I do it again? Hell yeah. This is an amazing vehicle. It's a very fast car too. It's got about 500 horsepower. Makes a lot of correct noises. We're gonna do a few pulls for you guys so you guys can kind of see for yourselves. Supercharger kicks and activates around 3033, 35. It's a very fun car. Apparently there's some sort of issue with the radar disconnecting from all that G-force. This car just puts a smile on your face all the time, man. This car's got Seika coilovers. I actually installed those coilovers on here because I had a lot of trouble with the ABC. But if I had to do it again, I would just have left the ABC as it was, because I've owned the S55 with working ABC, man, and let me tell you, it is much nicer of a ride. This car's got some sort of a leak, so I don't want to beat on it too long and too much. I do want to show you guys how amazing this car is, because I did have the chance, you know, to be with the car, have my GoPro. Why not just show you guys what an awesome car this is? Sorry, excuse the noise. The windows are open, but it's really hot outside, and that's the only way this is gonna go down. This car makes a lovely exhaust note, man. Wow. I really do not like that this radar keeps disconnecting, but we're only taking it for a short drive, so. Some sort of loose, probably the prongs are loose on there. I'm gonna do a little U-turn right here. This is an extremely fast car, man. This car's got a stock fully, but it's got the upgraded cooling pump, the 010 Bosch. It's got the bigger intercooler for the bigger heat exchanger to help cool down the supercharger. Therefore, it doesn't heat soak. Like, you could literally rev it as much as you want, make boost all day long, and it doesn't heat soak. That's an issue with these cars. When you have an old weak pump, you don't do the split cooling mod, bigger front mount, you're gonna have it constantly heat soaking. The air intake, air temperatures are gonna keep rising high, and then the computer is gonna limit the boost naturally. This is just a phenomenal and amazing car. It'll teach you to be a mechanic, and it'll teach you what a nice car is. The bad thing about this car is it'll ruin every other car that you'll get after this for you, because it's so nice. Like, no other car is almost going to match up the standard of this, and I can almost guarantee you that, because this sets such a high benchmark that it's just hard to compare anything else to it. Even the new Benzes, their quality of the materials has been getting shittier and worse and cheaper. I'll take it for one more spin around the block. Can I get this to work? Probably not. And this radar will not stay on. It's annoying. Oh, and this car has the nice paddle shifters on the steering wheel. I'll make sure to get a clip of those. That supercharger clutch activates, and you're just off, man. Holy shit, this is so much fun. It's hard to get bored driving this car, man. Car could use brakes, Could use a little TLC. It's been sitting for a decent amount of time. Needs that leak repaired. A couple minor little things, and this beauty will be back on the road. I mean, it's already on the road, but it just needs those small little details, you know, tidied up. But if you do see one of these pop up for cheap, do buy it, because you're gonna have an experience. It's an amazing car. Because of this car, I met a lot of people that I wouldn't have met otherwise. It's an experience. Let me tell you that. It's an experience, and it's a good one. I wouldn't recommend you guys something shitty. This is the end of the drive. As you can see, that's my current daily driver. It's W220S 500, the AMG Sport Package. There's the E55 I just reviewed. Oh, we're gonna park this thing up. Buy one of these. That's all I can tell you. You're gonna have a lovely experience. Just don't buy a shit one. Might have a worse experience with this. It's got nice parking sensors there. It's got the rear window blind. You also put the, look, the headrest on this one. Unlike the W220, you could actually, it should go up. Let's see if this even works. Hold it. Yeah, see? It brought them right up. They lock in. Push it. On. That one fell. What about this one? Oh, that one fell too right now. Perfect. Yeah, see, on these AMG ones, you get those to fold up and down. That's cool. You get cooled seats. If your little fan start up, see all these little vents in these seats. There's actually a fan that sucks the air back out. Pretty awesome. You get heated seats. You can open and close the trunk. It's a hydraulic operated trunk that often fails that pump, but it's just a beautiful and amazing piece of art. This is a machine, man. This is a hidden gem in the game, if you're okay with dealing with some of the headaches, which they're worth it, man. And with this beautiful pillarless design, how can you go wrong? Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is still the best car to this day that I have ever owned.